All right, on the map, Crossfire, not Crevasse. We have our Terra player.
SuperNova.
And this map, unlike the map I was thinking of, is actually based off StarCraft 1 Pro map.
Yes. Shin Peak Speak Dude.
Yes. Great map. Down here in the bottom in the blue, we have none other than
Polt Prime win.
Tasteless, I gotta say, Polt, it's like he's San Zenith.
Yeah.
You know, he was just looking so weak for a couple seasons, and we just look at his play and we're like, dude, you don't get it. Like, why are you still trying this terrible style that went out of style a month ago?
Well, he was the guy.
And here he is, like, actually playing very, very well.
Yeah, Polt was the guy who was actually in one-base techs. He's like Marines and Banshees. And then, like, you know, it eventually got to two bases, but the style he's going in, it is definitely taught to him by Marine King. I have no doubt in my mind.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Marine King is the star of the Prime team. No doubt Polt wants to emulate him. It's like the father he never had, Tasteless.
Father Marine
Please
King.
be proud of me.
My father was a king. I'm the Marine Prince.
Prince Polt.
Prince Polt of Poltalot.
Oh, that was terrible. I'm not saving you from that one, Tasteless.
I'll let you wear
you
that,
made his
Tasteless.
bed, now lay in it. Very similar builds thus far.
Very similar.
My name is Artosis. Oh, I thought you were just going to copy everything I say.
Take me down easy, Artosis. The SCV sub are doing a pretty good job of avoiding the Marine. And, you know, just keeping that alive, even though he's not gathering too much intel other than no second gas. It's always good to keep that alive for as long as possible. And he's going to get the factory. SuperNova does not. Oh, he does have gas, excuse me. So, looks like we could see somewhat similar builds. It's actually amazing to me how common the Hellion drop is now.
Yeah, well, you know, it's just so solid. You go ahead and you kill a... It looks like he's going to go Banshee, actually. SuperNova. No. A command center. A lot of times when they get the reactor, that means a Banshee coming. But anyways, really piling a lot of gas up. I wonder exactly what his plans are for that. I think he is going to go into Banshee, actually. So, what was I saying? I don't know.
We're terrible at this game.
Wake me up when SuperNova starts playing like I want him to. You know, the Blue Flame Hellion drops are so amazing because they actually do so much damage to SCVs that just suddenly you lose so many that even though this guy has spent all this tech and gotten such a late command center, he has more SCVs than you.
Question, how much, because I don't know this off the top of my head, how much energy does a medevac start out with? Do you know? I have no.
I think it's 50.
As a 50, that sounds like it'd be right. I was going to say, if you don't use if you're going to go get medevacs, you're not going to use them right away. You might want to heal up the SCVs.
That's
after a
quite
drop.
True.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking about that last game.
I was thinking that too last game.
I was thinking that the game
we were
before that.
The same thing. We have so much in common.
Wow. So Polt going for Banshee, making his command center. And it looks like, ooh, factory with a tech lab and a starport. So he is going to go into Banshee. No, siege tank. All right, SuperNova. You just keep doing your own thing.
Polt has got to be feeling pretty good after that previous game.
Yeah, you know, but still, SuperNova, while I'm really impressed with how well Polt actually ended up playing, the fact that SuperNova is so unmyopic to make that Reaper...
Unmyopic?
Yeah.
You can't be unmyopic.
He is so unmyopic.
You're either
He can see the future of Terran. He makes that Reaper with the Blue Flame Hellion drop, and I think everyone should start doing that.
Yeah.
I feel it tastes in my blood.
Well, that was really impressive to me because it's just the indicator of such a smart player to kind of take a build that everybody's already doing and just, you know, make a few small adjustments to it, and it makes it that much better.
Yeah. And taking down some Marinage.
But it's pretty hard to drive a Banshee that's running away from Marines and shoot behind yourself.
We're under fire. No, it's okay. Keep going.
I've already been hit by a missile. It takes exactly 2 to kill me. Lots of barracks on the way here.
And if he goes a Marine King style again on this map, that's kind of interesting because this is a very thin map. This isn't the map that you want to do this on.
This is actually a map you can hard contain on instead of soft contain.
Yeah, and in fact, Tal'Darim Alter Tasteless, I mean, we saw when he came out with the siege tanks and he got surrounded, that's actually what ended up making him lose that game. Ooh, loses that Banshee. But that's what made him lose the game. The map was so open that the Marine Marauder build could actually surround it. Sniping out mules, very nice. But on this map, let's say that they both do the same builds, and then we have SuperNova go and siege up somewhere. There is no possibility of Polt actually surrounding it. You can't get around him. This map is too thin.
This Banshee doing a considerable amount of damage. You know, one thing about Banshees is that even if you have the SCVs run away, it's going to get like 2 or 3 kills.
Yeah.
Because the Banshee missile animation actually will like chase that SCV across the entire map.
You could recall that thing into a new game.
That thing will chase it into a vortex, man.
Yeah.
It's not that funny, but it's kind of funny, you know?
It's kind of funny.
It's kind of tintillating.
It's kind of really tintillating. I feel very tintillated.
Do you?
I do. All right, so right now, 37 SCVs for Polt, 40 for SuperNova. Moving out with his Marines.
Well, you know, I gotta say I don't know if Polt can win this game, not just because SuperNova is so good, but really because I think the style he's doing is not good on this map.
Yeah, the strategy choice is a bit off.
You really have to tailor your build order to the map.
Yeah, I mean, you need a ton of room for Marine Marauder. And yeah, there's some paths where you can run around and stuff, but it's actually not that hard to cut this map up with siege tanks. It is that hard to surround armies to get huge flanks on, because that's what you need to do with this. Maybe he'll rely on the counter dropping, you know, instead of just surrounding an army. And then that's going to give him a slightly better chance, but still tasteless still. Now, we do have Polt taking the gold base.
Now, this is exactly what you want to do if you're going to do a build like this. Terran's going to want to get that gold base. He's going to say, uh-oh, I can't let him have that. And the moment Terran moves out, that's when you counterattack. Am I right?
You're right,
I'm
Tasteless.
right. I actually knew it
Congratulations.
before he even acknowledged it. I knew it.
I like
felt
that
it in my heart.
I like that sensor tower we just saw.
Yeah, that's smart.
It's going to allow him to stop any of those counter drops.
Honestly, it's almost worth it to get 2 sensor towers. I mean, I know they're expensive, but because this entire strategy is centered around counterattacking, as long as you know where his army is, you're actually fine.
Yeah.
In fact, what you should really start doing is map hacking. Then you always know.
That's true.
That's what you do. No, you don't do that.
And this drop Tasteless, he's shown it before it gets to Polt space.
You know, SuperNova, not just Nova, but SuperNova.
Brighter than the brightest star.
That's right. He had a lot of ineffective drops. I think that's one of the small factors that kind of led into him not winning. I mean, he actually threw away several
losing all
groups of
those
8
siege
Marines.
tanks.
Oh, that part too.
I mean, when you go siege tanks, you can't let them die. They become exponentially more powerful the more you have. Like, 2 siege tanks isn't just twice as good as 1. It's more than that. And 10 siege tanks isn't 10 times better than 1. It's more than that. They become this critical mass of siege tanks that just evaporate things. It's like the sun in the desert on a very hot day against a little puddle.
Ooh, that puddle is totally needs to be buffed. It needs to be a patch. The sun needs to be nerfed.
Nerf the sun.
Why are you laughing at like the worst stuff I say today? I don't understand.
I don't know. It's cute to me for some reason. All right, so the tank push has begun, Tasteless. Going to be very hard for Polt to actually surround. He's trying to walk around a little bit right now.
That was actually
Picking
pretty
off
gutsy.
medevacs. 2 of them going down, and that's a pretty big
big
deal.
Yep. Another nice little drop here.
Ooh, I like that drop.
And gets out the moment he realizes he's starting to get behind. Now, he might have to back up. SuperNova might, that is. Oh, he's on siege. This would be a great moment to stem.
Can he catch him, though?
Can't hold him alone.
Now, he does have a planetary that's smart. If you're taking a Golding, you know the goal of the Terran is to attack it. You don't want to have any small number of units to be able to take it out. They have to have siege tanks. They have to have position over that. So, basically, SuperNova is in between Polt's army and the expansion. But if he unsieges, there's a chance that SuperNova can dart in there and actually shoot everything down.
Now, there is a chance for him to maybe get a surround in this area. And, in fact, Polt catches some reinforcements of SuperNova.
That's how you do it.
But SuperNova stims and runs away. Stim, not only for attacking, but retreating as well. The wonder drug, they call it, Tasteless.
Stim.
Doesn't cure acne, but cures death.
Yes. Minus a couple hit points.
Uh-oh, Tasteless, here we go. He's got a surround on.
This angle's pretty bad.
Here.
This is a pretty bad angle here, I think, for Polt. But then again, last time I said that, I was wrong.
And as soon as you clear up one side, it's going to be a lot easier to take this out. But does he have enough here?
Oh, you know what? The Marauders in the mix of this is going to make, I think, a win here for Polt. But here comes some more reinforcements. There are more siege tanks up there. He does keep the expansion alive.
And Polt in a lot of trouble. 116 supply for SuperNova, 126 for Polt, but the high ground is in SuperNova's favor. He has some siege tanks up there, making some bunkers. And don't forget, Marines are better against Marauders than Marauders are against Marines. And no, he does not have his Marines in front of those siege tanks. And Polt capitalizing immediately. More units stimming and running up.
Damn.
SuperNova.
Polt is actually outclassing SuperNova here.
He is actually outplaying SuperNova. I cannot believe the improvement that we're seeing in Polt here. Oh, that hurts.
This style gets the Tastosis signature of approval. We were critical of Polt, but he's turned that all around.
He certainly has. Tasteless Sky has been practicing since we saw him earlier in this season. Super strong player. And suddenly, it's looking like, how can SuperNova come back from here? SuperNova at 115 supply, Polt 143.
SuperNova is staying strong with the macro. He's cranking out a ton of units, but Polt has the gold, and I mean, that's the real issue that has to be dealt with. Is the longer that Polt has the gold base, the more and more behind SuperNova is going to be. And oddly enough, SuperNova not reacting to this by also taking the gold while he's attacking it. That's something you can do.
Tasteless, you know what's kind of interesting here? Oh, hold that thought. A lot of Marines in there, buffering the shots so siege tanks can do a little bit more damage. More Marines coming in, and it looks like, barely has the mass to hold that off. Polt's income, though, just so much better.
Ouch. You know what's great is actually taking the gold base when you do a build like this, because so much of what you're going for is mineral intensive.
Very
you know what's interesting is that the Marine King style basically contradicts what is basically conventional Terran vs. Terran.
And it looks like he is dead now, Tasteless. This is absolutely going to overwhelm. All right, I have some interesting news. This is actually SuperNova. I actually have not seen his Terran vs. Terran yet, and Polt just completely destroying him there.
Polt goes to stay in Code S.
Here's the thing, SuperNova is probably the best TVP player, okay? And he's... But his TVT does seem weaker in comparison. Not necessarily weak, but definitely he made some big mistakes there where he was out in the middle of the map without the critical mass to just obliterate. Like if that was Jinro, Jinro would wait for a few more tanks and then go. And then suddenly, what's up, Polt? All your units are gone. Get out.
Well, he sort of drug his feet, too, when he was going to attack that expansion.
If we could actually take MVP and OGS SuperNova and combine them into one Super Terran, I want you to imagine that. The TVP of this player, along with the TVT and TVZ of MVP, that would be pretty strong.
Sick, man.
Well,
that's pretty good.
I'm actually feeling really scared and sad right now. I don't get this because he got second, so he gets to choose his group. He did choose 2 Terrans. Now, both these Terrans way underperformed recently. Like, this is why we were giving Polt a hard time. The games that we've seen from him, he's been completely outclassed by all the other Code S players. One of the lower-ranked Code S players this season, one of the least impressive. But here, obviously, he's improved a lot. Now, for some reason, we have SuperNova choosing Terran players for his group. So he must think his TVT's better than this.
Well, he has
What's
that
going on?
standard Terran vs. Terran playstyle, but the Prime team does not approach Terran vs. Terran at all like the conventional Terrans do out there. So that's a factor to keep in mind as well. It might be a totally different game with his next opponent, the best. We're going to find out. We might have a short little break.
Maybe a little 1 minute break.
Maybe a little 1 minute break. Little break. Little one. So, on that break, here's what you're going to need to do, okay? You're going to go on YouTube. And you're going to type in, what was the name of the video? Was it Wolverine and Sausage?
Salami.
Salami. Just watch that video. We watched that this morning. We were giggling. Don't worry, it sounded appropriate. Someone's like, oh, a double entendre. Nope, just watch it. It's funny. We'll be back in a minute.